Right? You know how it's going down. First of all, okay, a little tip of the hat to Jack Campbell, right? Setting NHL records for longest win streak starting a season for a goaltender, right? Something like that. Woo! Oh yeah. And then Matthews. So we had the tip of the hat for Jack Campbell, and then Matthews. All right, Matthews. How about that, huh? Oh jeez. Look at that, guys. Finally gets a hat trick. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. So hats off. Tip of the hat to Campbell. Hats off to Matthews. Right, his third hattie, and like his 24th game this year where he's had 2+ goals. Right? How many times has he come close? Right? He's come close to the hat trick lots of times, guys. Right? Mindswagger. Right? You know. Right, Declan? You guys know. Right? My goodness. So what a game, man. What a game. Hey, you know what? You gotta give it up to Ottawa too, right? You gotta give their team a little bit of respect here, man. Their season could easily just be a write-off at this point, and just, you know, they could just give up. You know what I mean? Already be planning vacations, and that happens on some teams. You know, this late in the season and you're not looking good, and straight up, that's what they'll do. They'll just call it a year, and it's horrible as a fan to watch. So you gotta give credit to Ottawa. The players on Ottawa, at least, right, for giving it their best shot every single time, especially against Toronto. They always seem to turn it up a little bit, especially our old friend Connor Brown there. God, I love that guy. Wish he wasn't a Senator, but he is what he is, and it looks like he's having a good season with them, despite how bad their team season is going. So you got that. You got Jack Campbell, right, coming up huge again, letting in a bunch of goals, but it doesn't seem to matter. It doesn't seem to matter. He can't lose. He can't lose. And in all defense for him too, I didn't really have a problem with any of the 5 goals that went in against him there. Right? I don't know, man. It didn't look like there was anything too weak. You know, they go in sometimes, and sometimes they all go in on the same game. Certainly there were some defensive lapses there. I know a lot of you guys were blaming Riley for one of those goals there where he choked it at the blue line. Yeah, it's his fault. You know, if you're talking about a systematic breakdown, this is what I'm talking about. There's blame on every goal. There's always somebody who's more at fault than anybody else. It's probably Riley on that one. But I'm just saying, that's a tough play to make at the blue line. I think he was stretched out on the backhand, right? Trying to keep it in, trying to pull it back to his forehand. I mean, as a defenseman, I'm telling you, to get it on your backhand and have to be stretched out of position when you're the last man back on the blue line, it's not an easy play ever. So for him to not do it, yeah, it's his fault, but that's a tough play to make. So, you know, there's like a 60% chance, 70% chance of that going his way, right? You only really want to get mad at a player when it's like 80-90% chance that they should have got that and didn't, right? So you know what I mean. I'm not even being too picky about that, you know. You want to cover some guys in front, make sure they're not, you know, tapping in backdoor passes and stuff like that. Saw a bit of that tonight from our boys, not covering those sections enough. But you know what? Again, guys, it doesn't matter if the wins keep coming. It doesn't matter when you got a guy like Austin Matthews putting up a hat trick the way he did there. Every single one of those goals just beautiful. You know, I think Marner got a point on every single one of them. Plus, I think he got a couple more assists, or he got his own goal. He got a goal too. I mean, so what a game for Marner too. Let's not be forgetting that, okay? I know the goals are flashy. The goals are what we all respect more, because in the end, you know, a goal, even if it's like an incredible backdoor pass where you're wide open, like, it's still up to you to put that puck in the net. So I still always give the extra little bit of respect for the goal scorer, even on a backdoor pass, even on a total setup from the guy making the assist, because without the finish, it's not a goal, right? But that's not to say that we can't give a ton of respect for all the assists tonight from Marner, right? What a dude, man. He's my favorite in terms of skill style, right? Like, in terms of the style of player I wish I could be, I wish I could have been a guy like Marner. You know what I mean? Just so sick with those hands, so sick with the passing. You know, he can score, he can make plays. He's a great teammate. He's out there being positive with guys all the time. So I love Marner's style. If there was a guy that, if I was like born right now, you know, well, not now, if I was like 6, 7, my kid's age, if I was my kid's age watching this is the kind of player I would like, you know, is a guy like Marner for sure. That's and his name is John C. It's so loud. It's so loud. Where does that one go? I need to figure out how to make that quieter, man. It's so loud. It's so loud. But thanks for that. Thanks for the John Cena there. Cooks. I'm watching you. I'm watching you. You know what I mean? But yeah, geez. Like, so between Matthews or Marner, it doesn't even really matter who you choose, but you know that's got to be one of your favorite players on this team right now. Both of them are such a good pair, too. They're like the next Taves and Kane, I swear to God. You know what I mean? They're the next Malkin and Crosby. Well, I guess those weren't even like winger pairs. But somebody like that, you know, a good 1-2 punch, you know? Curry and Gretzky. No, I won't go that far. Won't go that far. But you see what I'm getting at, guys. You need a good 1-2 punch on your forward line there like that. That's how those goals happen, right? And then, like I said, so you got that. You got Campbell just being an absolute, you know, positive guy. It's like he just wills a win, you know? Even when things aren't going his way. That last goal, okay, 6-5, right? The boys kind of let him down, right? Gave up a wide open opportunity in front, and it becomes 6-5. You saw the look on Hyman's face, right? Disappointed in himself. First thing he does, deal with that pain, and then go to Campbell and be like, that's my bad. And you see what Campbell did? They showed it from a different angle. You see what Campbell did? No, but that was my bad. I could have had that. He made some kind of gesture like it was like, no, it was me. Don't worry. That is what you want from a team giving up a goal. All right? I know it sounds crazy, but there is a way to give up goals too. And that is the perfect way to do it. That's when you know you're on a harmonious team, guys. You get a real team spirit there. Because something like that happens. Okay, they hadn't even lost the game. They're still up 6-5, right? But just knowing that they could have done better on that play, neither one is like avoiding the subject. They immediately go to each other. My bad. No, my bad. You know, that willingness to take ownership when a mistake happens, right? Instead of waiting to see who gets blamed. When people just step up on a team of any kind and just be like, no, that was me. Even if you know it's not. Even if you're just trying to make the other person feel better. Right? Which in that case, I believe Campbell probably was doing. He knows Hyman feels like crap about what just happened there. He knows it. And he knows he's still got the goods in him. He's confident that he can still win this game with only 15 seconds left. Right? So there's no reason for him to make Hyman feel bad. So Campbell steps in there as a leader and just, no, it's my bad. It's my bad, dude. You know? And Hyman probably even knows that Campbell's just being nice. And it's just like, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't even matter whose fault it is to these guys. They're just so willing to be like, yo, my bad. We'll get it next time. Don't even worry about it. That's what you want to see. That's a team that can shrug off bad goals in bad times and still come away with a series one day. You know what I mean? That's what you want to see. That's the kind of behavior, right? So I love the chemistry that's going on. I love what's happening with these guys. And I love that like they're coming back from losses again. They're coming back from being down in the score count, you know, lately, which they were struggling with there for a while, right? They were struggling with that for a while. So they're snapping out of it now, and man, does it ever look good. So, I mean, there you go. Jack is the most Canadian American alive, says Cooks in there, you know what I mean? And that's what I love about hockey is I don't care where you're from. If you really love this game and you really understand what it's about, and not every NHL player really understands what it's about. Most do. But some are very egotistical, some are very all about themselves, and they can even still win championships with that attitude, which means they're never punished for it. That's life sometimes. People doing things the wrong way can be way more successful sometimes than someone doing it the right way. It just is what it is, right? But hockey is the one sport that I've come across in the 5 majors across North America, right? Where it really is about team first. And you hear the old school guys talk about it, and every time someone tries to give a guy like Wayne a compliment or something like that, first thing he'll do is talk about it. I played with Messi, I played with Curry, I played with McSorley protecting me. You know, they deflect the credit and reach for the blame. That's a leader, and that's what hockey players are bred to do. You know, and you're seeing it with a guy like Jack Campbell, who's American, right? But that's the Canadian mentality when you're playing hockey right there, is be quick to accept the blame, because even if it's not your fault, it squashes the beef right away, right? It squashes the conflict of trying to point fingers and accept and blame each other and start this thing that doesn't need to be there. Hey, you want to know what I'm talking about? My first time in a bar, right, or club, I should say, right? My first time in a club when I was 19 years old, finally went legit, going into a club with my older friends, right? They're finally bringing me out, and I bump into a guy, big dude, muscular dude, spill his drink. He spills a little bit of mine, but really he took the brunt of it. right? Not a huge thing, but enough that would cause, like, it wasn't even the whole drink, but it was enough that should have created some sort of conflict there. And I freaked out. I was like, oh God, I went and did it now. Before I could even finish having that thought. My bad, dude, is what he said. It was my fault, man. It wasn't his fault, but he just did it. Just, my bad. And I went, my bad, man. And he was like, don't worry about it. And then that was it. You see? That's the Canadian way, and that's the hockey way. And when you play hockey and you learn it the right way, you're a guy like Jack Campbell, or you're a guy from over in Europe, or you're a guy playing in Asia right now. That when you play the game, you are part Canadian, just from playing it the right way. It's now in you, and I love that stuff. So again, love Jack Campbell. Love what all that stuff is all about there. You know what I mean? And let's keep it rolling, boys. You know, that's really not much you can say other than that about a game like this, right? It's pretty cut and dry. It's just a lights out battle of offense. People not really playing well defensively on either side. And goalie's just trying to hang in there. I mean, if anyone wants to criticize the Ottawa goalie there, Forsberg, for letting in 6 goals, I mean, look at the shot total, though. It was like 35, 37 shots, something like that for Toronto. That's pretty massive. And you know, against a team like Ottawa, those shots are coming at a good opportunity a lot of times. You know, there's a reason why they're down in the standings right now. It's not because they're playing amazing defense that they're down at the bottom. You know what I mean? So you know, a lot of those shots that Toronto had were 5-alarm saves that guy had to make just to keep Ottawa in the game. So again, respect to Forsberg as well over there in the Ottawa net. What do you think, guys? What do you think, huh? So that's what I think. Okay, I'm gonna put my hat back on because I feel naked without it. Just doesn't look as good on camera. But again, that's the tip of the hat to Jack Campbell and the hat trick to Matthews there for tonight. All right, now that's what I've said. Okay, and as always, now I want to get to what you guys are saying. All right, let's hear it. Quick before you go, I want to remind you, I'm also on Twitch after every Leafs game just talking about what happened. It's seriously blowing up way bigger than the gaming stuff, so if you like NHL but you also like talking hockey, come on out after every Leafs game, only on Twitch.